Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is March 16th, 2018, and we're rocking out to some Bourbons and Cadillacs by Master P. My man Chewy636 wanted me to play this one, so this is for you, Chewy. I appreciate the song request. So what's going on, people? Hope you guys are doing well today. You know what day it is. It's Friday, end of the week. And what Smokey say? I'm going to play with Smokey. Let me play what Smokey said. He said, Hey,
I know you don't smoke weed.
I know you don't have cryptos. I know this.
But I'm going to get you high today.
But I'm going to get you to buy today. It's Friday.
You ain't got no job.
You ain't got
and
no
you ain't
crypto.
Got shit to do.
You ain't got nothing to do. So there you have it. It's Friday, people, like Smokey said. You ain't got no crypto, but I'm going to get you to buy today. I think we're near the lows or bottoming out. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll take a look at that in a second, but first, let's take a look at the coin market cap for the cryptocurrency space. We're currently at 337 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is at 42.7%, and overall green for the top 100 tokens and coins. Looking good. So let's go ahead and take a look at that chart. So looking good. We're making higher lows, and it looks like if you take a look here, we had a little miniature pennant going on here. So I'm gonna draw this really quickly for you guys so you can visually see this. I'm just gonna draw from here to like there, and then draw the top side of the pennant, which is we can kind of go from here like that. So as you can see, we've broken above the top side of the pennant, which is a bullish sign for me, and I've got these already circled over here. That's where we needed to get above. That was an area of resistance. It used to be support. We had a double bottom there, and we ended up breaking through that as I said we would. But now we're breaking back above this area. I just need to see about 6 to 7 hours, 6 to 8 hours of trading above this range to say that we're safely above that area. Now we may see a slight pullback, but now that pullback, I'm going to extend this bottom side of the pennant out a little bit. So the bottom of the retracement area now shouldn't be any lower than this baseline area right here. This area right there. Okay, I'm going to try to draw that a little bit clearer. So that area should now be a part of, an area of support for us, and also this area. All right, so I'm just going to show you what I mean, what we could do here possibly. So I'm thinking at this point we may, because we're kind of well into the resistance area, so I'm hoping we can continue up, maybe score a point, come back down, and kind of do like that. Okay, something like that. That's what I'm looking for us to do now. So let's hope we can do that and continue our way back up to the 9200 area. That is a major area of resistance. Well, but really in between here, 9200 and 9500. So we got to get back above there. This would be a great area to score a point right here. This whole area, we need to score a point right there, honestly. So a little bit above 9200. So looking at about 9400 is an area to score the next point. And the Bulls will put another point on the board. That's all it is, people. It's just a battle between the Bulls and the Bears. So that's my TA for today. I think we're looking good, though. I think we're looking really good. X any negative fundamental news, but sentiment seems to looks like it's starting to pick back up on the positive side for cryptos. So let's just keep an eye on it. I do want to show you guys, I want to read to you actually a message from Reggie Middleton, founder of the Veritasium platform. He put out a message on Telegram. It was forwarded to me. I don't know if he put it out via email channels, Twitter, or anything like that. I was able to see it via Telegram in the Webbot chat rooms. And unfortunately, I don't think I can give credit to who sent it to me. No, I don't have. I just forwarded it to me, and that's all I have. So unfortunately, I can't give credit where credit is due on this one. But the message from Reggie, essentially, they were shut down. Their beta program was shut down by regulators. They were doing they considered a closed beta for the Vader platform, but regulators didn't see it that way. So it says here from Reggie, U.S. regulators have decided that they don't consider what we have been doing with the Vader as a private beta testing, instead declaring us as having already launched the product, despite the fact that the vast majority of the money in there is mine, which according to the regulators requires a certain set of registrations. Obviously Veritasium, he says here, management strongly disagrees. All we have ever done was test the product in a closed, tightly managed private beta. However, it says here, we are in no position, nor do we desire to fight or argue with regulators. So we are temporarily closing the private beta to outside users. It will be left open to Veritasium employees and contractors. And I will personally take it on a shopping spree within about a week, with much of my buying process open for all to see in order to demonstrate the Vader's power. Goes on to say here, I may end up buying millions of dollars of assets on and off chain as the analysis real work comes to the forefront. Any users in the private beta will have their funds returned via the closed exposure methodology, which should take anywhere between 14 minutes to 72 hours. I apologize for the inconvenience, but it is not prudent business since I guess he was trying to say they were just trying to appease the regulators. We are willing to sign up the most prolific beta testers who have contributed the most to the product or project as independent contractors to continue testing the software alongside the team. Ping me if you are interested. He says here, lastly, we plan on opening up multiple regulated, registered, and licensed institutions, some of which will directly license the Vader software. So that last little sentence there was good. I'm assuming he's got contract signed. It's just kind of running through the beta, making sure everything is good. And that's going to be good news, man. I'm telling you guys, 2018 is going to be exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. A lot of this SEC stuff, and we're going to talk about an SEC article. They're now going after hedge funds. And so it's going to be this schizophrenic type of, whipsaw, in my opinion. But all in all, I think we're going to really make headway in the space of blockchain technologies and startups, really disrupting this antiquated system in many facets: finance, e-commerce, Internet of Things, all that stuff. So I'm really excited. Should you be worried about this U.S. regulation thing with Vader or Veritasium? Not too much, in my opinion. I mean, it is, I will say this. I'm sure this is not going to be the battle that Reggie has to go up against as regards to regulation, especially in the United States. We in the United States, the financial regulatory agencies are full of it, man. You know, they do investigations, multi-year investigations on whether or not gold and silver are manipulated, and then they find that silver was manipulated but gold wasn't. Come on, man. Like, the fraud that's going on is just insane within these agencies, in my opinion. But all in all, I think Reggie and the team will probably get through this and move forward and get things done and seal these deals with these institutional customers. So, speaking of SEC, this article is out of Bitcoin.com and actually less than a day old now here. It says here, following ICOs, SEC subpoenas cryptocurrency hedge funds. Oh, here we go. The SEC has reportedly summoned the managers of several cryptocurrency focused hedge funds. This sector has been rapidly growing over the past year, and the American regulators apparently want to make sure they have a handle on the situation and to ensure that funds are not going to fields that disapprove of such ICOs. So it says here, SEC enforcement. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has sent requests for information as well as subpoenas to a number of cryptocurrency hedge funds recently. The regulators demand to know how funds price investments in cryptocurrencies and about their compliance with their clients' money. And this was leaked to Bloomberg anonymously. Some of the information requests were issued by the SEC Office of Compliance, Inspections, and Examinations, which can refer its findings to the agency's enforcement unit if it finds any misconduct. In fact, a number of crypto hedge funds have already received subpoenas from the SEC's enforcement division, which can penalize companies if it decides it is needed. It goes on to say here, ICOs are the target or the excuse. I think the excuse. SEC has also requested to know if the hedge funds have properly disclosed any potential conflicts of interest, for example, their managers having personal holdings in initial coin offerings. And at least one of the subpoenas for the hedge funds was specifically about its investments in an ICO. In another case, SEC enforcement attorneys interrogated investment banks about their dealings with token sales. This sounds like a freaking mob, man. The agency was also apparently concerned with companies using simple agreements for future tokens. I'm very familiar with SAFT. It says here to bypass ICO regulations. I was considering using a SAFT in one of my businesses. We were talking with an investment, basically like a hedge fund. They weren't really a hedge fund, more like private equity firm, and we were going to throw a SAFT type of arrangement in there. So essentially, they will give us X amount of money in return for in the future tokens that kind of represented the appropriate amount depending on what they actually gave us. But I told my partner, man, we need to just hold off on all this ICO stuff. It's just too risky. They're too vague with their regulation and their guidance on regulation, I should say. And I'm not trying to get caught up in any of that stuff. So it says here, the final couple of paragraphs, ICOs have been in the sights of the SEC recently, and they are supposedly to blame for the agency's newfound interest in crypto hedge funds. A couple of weeks ago, it was revealed that the SEC had issued scores of subpoenas against companies in the field. So, man, there you have it, man. I'm just I'm so fed up with these agencies. They're full of it. They're two-faced. They contradict themselves. It's just, it's blatant, and we as taxpayers are paying for this stuff. It's insane, man. I don't know when we're gonna wake up. Let me know what you guys think about this article and the Vader shut down by U.S. regulators. Let me know what you guys feel about that. Will that hinder Veritasium? And will these SEC subpoenas hinder the community, the growth of it? I do want to make a note though. Subpoenas are not like it's over for the actual company. So there are two types of subpoenas. One type of subpoena is an inquiry for more information. They want to know more about XYZ, and then you have to hand over that information. Another type of subpoena is one where you're actually going to court. I don't know the details, and I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I do know there are different types of subpoenas, and a subpoena doesn't necessarily mean it's just an inquiry. They have questions, and it doesn't mean that the company is in trouble. So just keep that in mind too. But again, I still want to know what you guys think. I'm done with this stuff, man. This is ridiculous. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also get over to cryptoblood.io. Pick you up some of that merch. Support me in the movement. This is how I ask for support. I don't have any donation links, no Patreon, none of that stuff. So if you want to support me, want to keep content coming, make sure you just support the merchandise section on cryptoblood.io. All right, people, we out. About to jump in this bourbon and lag. Yeah.